came from a broken home, and my dad was incredibly abusive to me until he came to know Christ later in life. Through this whole thing, I've said more than once that, man, if I knew then what I know now, how would things be different? And so I had this idea of writing a song called Dear Younger Me. And I had the idea long before I was actually brave enough to start writing it, because I didn't know where I would go. Would I talk about it wasn't your fault when your parents split up when you were 3? Is it you shouldn't have thought you had to try harder and that's why your dad beat you so badly? I just didn't know where to go with a song. It's like, how heavy do you go? And how much are you willing to say? And so what's funny is the song ended up being half the song is me trying to figure out what to say to myself. It's like, do I go here? Do I go there? A dear friend of mine who's a professional athlete about a year ago was on ESPN. He was talking about how he fell in love with baseball because he was abused by babysitters and sexually abused by babysitters and stuff as a kid. And he chose baseball, and he said because that's the one place they couldn't get to, was on the baseball field. And it broke my heart. And so I texted him. As soon as I saw it, I texted him. And I had written this paragraph because I was going through this whole processing what I went through as a child. And I texted him, I said, man, and all I wrote was, if I knew then what I know now, condemnation would have no power. My joy and pain would never be my worth. And if I knew then what I know now, it wouldn't be hard to figure out what I would have changed if I could have heard, dear younger me, it's not your fault. You were never meant to carry this beyond the cross.
If I knew then what I know now, would have not been hard to figure out what I would have changed if I had heard.
And I sent it to him, and he wrote back and goes, man, I'm in tears. It's amazing. This was a year ago. So when we were writing it and trying to write all this stuff, I came across that paragraph as is, and like, this is it. This is the payoff. So I texted him and said, hey dude, I'm writing a song about you from a year ago. And he was laughing, that's totally cool. And so I started writing this whole thing about what am I gonna say, what am I gonna say? And then kind of the peak moment is just to stop and say, it's just not your fault. I'd say Greater is probably my favorite song on the album. I think this is the most important song on the album.